Mabuhay from the Philippines. I am Dr. Joefe Santarita, and currently the Dean and Associate Professor of South Asian Studies from the University of the Philippines, Diliman Asian Center. The Asian Center was established in 1955 and was mandated as a degree-granting unit to focus on Asia. Currently, we have two programs, Asian Studies and Philippine Studies. Under the Asian Studies, there are 4 tracks, namely South Asia, West Asia, Northeast Asia, and Southeast Asia. On the other hand, the Philippine Studies program has 3 tracks, namely External Affairs, Development Studies, and Sociocultural. I am happy to give my humble testimony of the influence of Mahatma Gandhi to me personally, especially as we celebrate the 150th birth anniversary and the 70th anniversary of the Philippine-India bilateral relations. My meaningful encounters with Mahatma Gandhi started in 1980s. I was not given the opportunity to meet personally Bapu, but his words and works are more than enough to influence a lifetime. My first encounter with Mahatma Gandhi happened when I was still a very young boy. He was introduced to me by my paternal grandmother through his words when reminding us about the discipline and the concept of change. In our vernacular language, because I'm staying in the central part of the Philippines, Hiligaynon, my grandmother will always quote in Hiligaynon that ang pagbago nagasugod sa imo, which roughly means be the change that you wish to see in this world. I was young then and did not pay much attention to my grandmother about the author, and only remember that he was likened to Jose Rizal, the Philippines' national hero. I realized only during my high school years that the source of such wisdom was Mahatma Gandhi, whom my grandmother met in her readings of weekly Hiligaynon magazines and almanacs. Despite this lapse, I was already guided by Bapu's wisdom and continuously motivates me to do the right and good thing, starting from small things such as simple disposal of candy wrappers. I have to put it in my pocket until I reach the nearest bin to dispose it. This is how powerful such wisdom and the words that I carry and admittedly observe until today. The second encounter, when I was in my high school years, my teacher in social studies would mention about this quote, an eye for an eye, which I believe was taken and considered as an early system of justice stipulated in the Hammurabi Code. The discussion did not, however, stop there. My teacher would immediately qualify it by quoting Mahatma Gandhi's version of an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. This is a good point to inculcate to young minds the importance of forgiveness, of retribution, and of restorative justice. A case to point of the significance of nonviolence at times when the world is in dire need of people who are true advocates of peace and continuing dialogue. My third encounter that happened in May of 2009. I was then in the middle of my dissertation journey when I accepted the challenge of reviewing B.N. Ghosh's book titled Gandhian Political Economy, Principles, Practice, and Policy. It is the time when I understood better the importance of human development that has more relevance for today's demanding society. Despite the improvement and urbanization of societies in the world brought about by technology and regional development, there are still societies and villages that remain neglected. Urban-rural discrepancies, for instance, are clearly observable in developing countries like India. Amid such inequality, Gandhi desired to empower and entitle citizens with freedom, dignity, equity, and justice. For Gandhi, development could only be realized if it was holistic and fundamentally human-centric. From Gandhi's point of view, the people of India needed to experience economic self-sufficiency as a prerequisite of Sarvodaya. Gandhi believed that the development of cottage and village industries would make villagers self-sufficient by providing better employment opportunities and thereby eliminate economic dependency. Such condition in India is no different from the Philippines, and policymakers in both countries will surely learn a lot and contribute well to the improvement of the countries if we listen only and carefully to the wisdom shared to us by Bapu. The last encounter was from 2015 to present. Whenever I made speeches and remarks as Dean, I usually consulted Bapu, particularly during the student orientation activity. Along with Tagore, I choose several quotes from these individuals to motivate the students. One of Bapu's quotes that aptly resonates my intention to effectively deliver a message to the students is the quote, "Character cannot be built with mortar and stone. It cannot be built by hands other than your own." It emphasizes the need to strive and do your best as students, since the professors, the Asian Center, or even the University of the Philippines cannot give you that character from the pages of books. Character building comes from your very lives, and really speaking, it must come from within yourselves. This somehow reinforces the first quote with the change that you wish to see in the world. The focus is about you and me and the struggles on how to be a good person in the long run. By and large, these are my meaningful encounters with Mahatma Gandhi, and his words and works are more than enough to influence a lifetime. I hope that this legacy will not stop only with me, but will continue to flow to motivate others so that they can also influence others to do so. Mabuhay Bapu, Jai Hind, Mahatma Gandhi.